Hi, it's Prison Momma 2016. Welcome to my channel. Or if you're watching this on Facebook, welcome. Go ahead and follow my page. How about that? Today I'm going to talk about inmate transfers, specifically hardship transfer requests that a family member can send on behalf of their inmate and to be able to close the distance. That's what we're trying to do, close the distance. So we all know that if you have a loved one or friend in any prison system, I'm coming to you from Texas. I know firsthand about Texas. But if they've been in any prison, they're going to be moved around a lot. It's just part of being an inmate, I guess you can say. Now, there are many reasons why an inmate can be transferred. Number one, hardship, and we'll be going into that one in more detail in a moment. Medical needs, educational opportunities, they've been reclassified or they've been approved for a program or a rehabilitation access. Those are reasons why an inmate can be transferred. Now, hardship transfer. An inmate can be transferred closer to a family member if that family member has a medical condition that makes it impossible to travel a long way. Here are the rules for hardship transfers. And I'm going to link this flyer down below. It's from the Texas Criminal Justice Coalition. And I'm sure every state, you'll be able to Google specifically your prison system and you're going to be able to find the procedures. Okay, there's also TDCJ.Texas. There's also, when you do inmate transfer requests, there'll be an informative page as well. But I'll have this one linked below. So you have a family member and it's very difficult for them to travel, like my spouse. I've had so many ranting videos on here, ranting about driving up into the Texas Panhandle from South Texas. And right now we're driving over 6 hours one way. We've driven 9 hours one way. It doesn't matter. We do our best to make sure he is seen at least twice a month. This month is 3 times. I'm trying to keep it to twice a month because of the costs, fuel, plus it's just a whole freaking day. 6.5, 7 hours each way. It's like, and then you have a 2-hour visit. It's just a toll. However, I've always advocated make sure you visit your loved ones and friends. The family member must get a doctor's note, and it has to be on letterhead. Let's see. We have several, but it has to be on letterhead, and it needs to specifically state that you are unable to travel, sorry, that's the phone, you're unable to travel long distances. Now, the family member must be an immediate family member. Must be a parent, spouse, a sibling, a child. This also includes grandparents, step-parents, and foster families. Cousins and distant relatives do not qualify. You have to be in a permanent housing unit that's over 200 miles away. Now, if you are in a state jail or if you are in an intermediate facility, a rehab, substance abuse prison, pre-release, pre-parole, all of that, you're not going to be eligible. You haven't had your loved one, not you, even though if you're watching, kudos. I hope you're in a state where it's okay to watch. Okay. Anyway, your custody level has to be G1, G2, or G3. G4s and G5s do not qualify. And you have to be case-free for 12 months. 12 months without a case, which is sometimes a miracle in Texas. Now, the inmate that is serving time, if you have submitted the hardship and it's for yourself and they've committed a crime against you, it's not going to be approved. But you know, my son's crimes weren't against us; they were just against himself and other people. You get your documents, you get your doctor's letter, you write a letter specifically stating why it's difficult for you to travel. Like for my spouse, hey, you know, he's on his 3rd femur rod, he has a hip, his foot's been rebuilt. It's freaking uncomfortable for him to travel long distances, okay? Especially with me driving, 2 hours is long enough for him, let me tell you. And your inmate cannot be transferred to the county to where they have committed crimes against individuals in that county. You send a copy. Make sure you send copies, not originals. But you send them to the Assistant Director of Classification and Records, P.O. Box 99, Huntsville, Texas, baby, 77342. If the request is approved, the inmate will be told and the transfer scheduled. Well, my son was told last week. The UCC committee pulled him in and said, hey, man, your hardship transfer request that your family submitted has been approved. We're just waiting for a unit to open up. Now, we have another caveat because he has been approved for the PEP program, which is the Prisoner Entrepreneurship Program. So I'm just hoping now that since we sent in our TDCJ transfer request for the third time, anyway, that they'll send him to Houston instead of Dallas because we're not in North Texas anymore. It's a drive. So you send that to him. You send a letter. Hey, sorry about that, y'all. It's been a long minute. I'm nervous. Each time, this is my request, this is my second request, this is my third request. I am requesting that my biological son, so-and-so, who is currently housed here, be moved closer to my address. His SO number is this. Second paragraph, you go into why and why it would be beneficial for your loved one to be moved closer. Then I went a step further. I indicated all the facilities that are within the 200-mile range. And then if that wasn't enough, also send ID with your letter. I sent them a 2-page letter. I was mad. They had him with an old man who could be his father. And he was with G3s. I'm like, he's not a G3. Now, G3 in Texas is for those people who have been sentenced 25 to life. They have their own classification. And they had a G2 young inmate with a man who could be his father with G3s. I'm like, I let them know, and guess what? He was moved. I'm like, you can't put somebody in. They went against the Texas statutes, and you just let them know, hey, it's against this statute, this statute, this statute, and I want him moved. Let your loved one know what you're doing. If the request is denied, okay, we've had calls. They called us on our second one to let us know. This is actually my fourth one, but anyway. And then they give you a phone number to call. That's on the flyer that I'm going to attach below. And you got to make sure that they want the transfer. Make sure they want the transfer. And it says it's harder to get a transfer to a metroplex like Houston and Dallas. Well, let's hope he gets to Houston because there's only 2 units that have the PEP program. So the hardship inmate transfer request. I hope I was able to make sense in this video. If not, I'm sorry. My son's in prison. That's my excuse. What's yours? Everyone, have a great day. And don't forget to hit that subscribe or follow. Bye.